Here we go. This is Garrett, Tears to Joy Ministries.org. This video is called Do Christians Have Free Will? Part 12, Homelessness. Let's use the topic of Christians who are homeless to dive into this much deeper now, and I pray God's going to bless you here. Now imagine this. Just imagine for a second. Okay, let's pretend that you lost your job, that you got kicked out of your house, you got kicked out of your apartment because you can't pay the bills. You have no family members to help you. You have no friends to help you. So you pack up some socks, a couple pairs of shoes, a couple pairs of pants. You grab a couple pairs of shirts, you grab your Bible, you grab your pillow, and you grab a jacket, and you take a bag, like a little suitcase. You got to go hit the streets. You're homeless. You have no car. You have nowhere to live. You lost everything. Now you had $20 on you from your last paycheck, and you bring that with you. And in the first few days, you buy a couple slices of pizza. And then a couple days later, you buy a hamburger. And then the next day, you buy a hamburger to eat. And guess what? You're broke. The $20 is gone. And you've now been homeless for 5 days. All your money is gone. And your cell phone is about to be turned off any day now because you haven't paid the bill. Now just imagine 2 or 3 more weeks go by and you're begging for money every day. And people give you $1, people give you 50 cents, and you're able to buy a hamburger for dinner, and you're sleeping out in the freezing cold. Now just imagine this goes on for 3 more months, and your hair is getting really long now because you can't afford a haircut. And if you're a man, your beard is getting really long and you're starting to look really messy, and your clothes are extremely dirty now. I mean, you've been wearing the same clothes for 3 or 4 months, and they smell really badly, and you're really dirty, and you haven't had a shower for 4 months. Let me ask you a question, children of God. Can you use your so-called free will now to go get a free haircut? Can you use free will to go get a big steak dinner at a restaurant? Now, you've been homeless for 6 or 7 months now, and your hair is way past your shoulders down to your back. You look like a mess. You had the same underwear on for 6 months. You've had the same pair of socks on for 6 months, and your shoes are falling apart, and you look like a mess. Can you use your free will and just go get a job? Can you just snap your finger and go get a job with your free will? Can you do that? Or let me ask you this question. Let's say that you're single like me, and you've been homeless for 9 months now. No haircut. You haven't shaved your beard. Your hands are dirty. Your fingernails are dirty. Your socks are falling apart and they're dark brown. You've had the same underwear on for 9 months. Why don't you just snap your finger and use your free will and go get a wonderful Christian wife? Why don't you just walk into a church and just snap your finger, use your free will, and go get a wife? Why don't you use your free will and go get a job selling computers at a computer store now? Why don't you do that? Why don't you use your free will and just walk into Walmart and go get some brand new clothes? You can't. Children of God, you can't. And the reason why is you don't have free will. It's all a terrible lie from the demons. And the lie has spread worldwide because of a lack of Bible reading. The Bible tells us clearly over and over and over again, from the Old Testament all the way to the book of Revelation, there is no free will, and that God dominates his creation through his son Jesus. You can't just snap your finger and go get a job when you're homeless. You can't just use free will and go get a big steak dinner. You can't just make a woman marry you. You can't just go get brand new clothing. You can't just use your free will and go get a hot shower. A hot shower? Where? If you've been homeless for 9 months, where would you go to get a hot shower for free? Where? I pray this video is really, really blessing you. Snap out of it, children of God. There is no free will. There never has been free will, and there's never gonna be free will. And I mean not ever. And I wanted to use the topic of imagining yourself as a homeless person for 9 months. Just imagine. Just imagine, and I pray God is going to shatter the lies inside of you where you think you have free will, because you don't. We are slaves of God and slaves of his Christ, and there is no free will. And I pray that this short story of being homeless helped you to see that a little bit better. I really do. Be blessed, children of God. This is part 12 of this series, using the topic of being homeless to show you you don't have free will. You don't.